hand sanitizer and face mask. Both of these items used to be very rare back in the beginning of the 2020 year. And people desperately try to get them as many as possible to stock up in case of emergencies. They who own many of these items felt like they have hit a jackpot in life, because both prices were tripled than the original one. In Indonesia, usually a hand sanitizer only costs around 15 to 20,000 rupiahs, but suddenly its price rises to around 60,000 rupiahs, which is pretty expensive. And usually, one box of surgical mask costs around 115,000 rupiahs, but its price rises to around 350,000 rupiahs per box. But even with the high prices, both of these items were still hard to be found in stores or even online at that time, which is in the beginning of the 2020 year. All of this happens because of the COVID-19 virus, or also can be called as the coronavirus. The stock market for most companies declined, such as the Corona beer stocks, because some people thought that this virus is caused by that beer, and they stopped purchasing that beer, even though that beer has nothing to do with this virus. But the stock market for both masks and hand sanitizer companies increased. So before I start, I would like to introduce myself. Hello everyone, my name is Hubert Jayapratama. I am a student in Podomoro University, majoring in the entrepreneurship course. Okay, so what is this COVID-19 virus or coronavirus? As in the World Health Organization, or can be shortened as WHO, coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. And most people infected with the COVID-19 virus will experience mild to moderate respiratory illness and can recover without requiring any special treatment. However, older people and those with underlying medical problems such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, and cancer are more likely to develop serious illness. So, this virus first appeared in Wuhan, a city in China, in December 2019, and has been traveling all around the world since then. And I'm really jealous of this virus because it gets to travel all around the world, while I can even go outside my house and be afraid of this virus. And if I really need to go outside, I must wear a mask and I must do all of these complicated health protocols. Why can't it be the opposite? Okay, so back to the main problem here. This virus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. The symptoms of this virus include cough, fever, shortness of breath, loss of taste or smell, headache, and many more. Also, in rare cases, COVID-19 can lead to severe respiratory problems, kidney failure, or even death. So, how to prevent the infection and to slow the transmission of COVID-19? Okay, so first by washing your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based rub, like this hand sanitizer. And then, the second thing is maintaining at least 1 meter distance between you and the people coughing or sneezing. Then, avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. And then stay home if you feel unwell. Also, refrain from smoking and any other activities that can weaken the lungs. After that, practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travels or staying away from a large group of people. Lastly, wear a mask if you really need to go out. So apparently, I was back in my hometown, Medan, Indonesia from Australia on the 1st of February. And on that month, there were about 50 countries who had at least confirmed a COVID-19 case. But Indonesia is not one of them. So people in Indonesia started a myth by saying that they are immune to this COVID-19 virus because of several delusional reasons, like Indonesia can withstand E. coli bacteria and that bacteria can only cause minor diarrhea if we are infected by it, if we Indonesians are infected by it. But if this bacteria infected the Japanese people, they can directly die. Also, Indonesia consume every part of the animal's body and organs such as the intestines, heart, lungs, and so on, except for the fur, and many more other delusional reasons that can help them immune to this COVID-19. Therefore, during that month, I still went outside my house and socialized with my friends, or even going to malls with them or with my family. However, on the 2nd of March, our president, which is Mr. Joko Widodo, announced that there were 2 Indonesians infected by this coronavirus, and since then, people start to stay at home. Me and my families also start to not going out and only stay at home for several months, and we only went outside if it's really needed. So during the time I spent inside, I usually play some games, watch some movies, and researching about what will I do next. And then, I decided that I want to continue my studies in Indonesia University. Then, one of my friends, who is a student in Podomoro University, suggested I should take the entrepreneurship course there. And then, after thinking, I agreed. So, he helped me enroll to that university. But due to the current pandemic situations, all kinds of classes in Podomoro University will be held online. So I can only meet my lecturers and my friends through video conferencing apps such as Zoom, Google Meet, and many more, which cause so many issues like bad internet connection that can interrupt my studies, eye problems because of staring the screen for hours, etc. Therefore, I hope that this pandemic ends soon because I really want to go to Jakarta and experience the university life with minimal issues. And there's a good news about this COVID-19 problem here in Indonesia, because the vaccine for this virus has arrived here in Indonesia on the 6th of December 2020. And I also hope that the people who need to go outside of their house still obey the health protocols like wearing the mask, socially distance yourself from the others, and so on, to minimize the number of people infected by this virus, because Indonesia ranks 3rd in Asia and 17th in the world in terms of the death numbers caused by the COVID-19, which is pretty bad. So, let's use our masks and distance yourself from others to prevent the spread of this coronavirus. And that's all from me. Thank you for listening.